The primitive man before me had just had his food stolen by a dinosaur. In a fit of rage, he leaped at the beast, only to be snatched up in its jaws. But the dinosaur didn't actually intend to eat him, it spat him back out. Though he knew he was no match for the creature, the caveman still glared at it with hatred until the sudden hiss of snakes caught his attention. Whirling around, he realized that a writhing mass of serpents had silently surrounded them. The dinosaur was the first to bolt, and the primitive man sprinted after it. A roaring sound rose behind them, but when he glanced back, it wasn't the snakes in pursuit. Instead, a raging flood surged toward them, carrying the snakes along in its churning waters. This was a nightmare. Man and dinosaur ran for their lives, but the flood overtook them. In the water, countless venomous snakes struck out. A massive python locked onto the caveman as he gasped for air. Desperate, he dove underwater to escape, swimming past the dinosaur, which suddenly clamped its jaws around the serpent. The two reptiles thrashed in a violent struggle. Seizing the chance, the caveman surfaced for air only to see a sheer 100-meter waterfall dead ahead. The drop would be fatal. Panicked, he plunged back underwater, searching for the dinosaur. The river was now stained with blood. Then, the python's severed head floated past, the dinosaur had won. When the dinosaur surfaced and saw the waterfall, fear flashed in its eyes. Just then, the caveman swam over, clutching the python's corpse. Understanding his plan, the dinosaur clamped onto one end of the dead snake while the man gripped the other. Together, they swung the serpent's body toward a rocky outcrop, barely catching hold. But the dinosaur's weight was too much. The caveman was yanked against the rocks, yet he clung stubbornly to the python's tail. For a moment, they hung there until the snake's skin began slipping from his grasp. Then, they both plummeted over the falls. The dinosaur landed safely in the water below. The caveman wasn't so lucky, he smashed onto the rocks, knocked unconscious. Seeing this, the dinosaur quickly fished him out and dragged him ashore. Covered in blood and barely breathing, the man seemed beyond saving. Grief-stricken, the dinosaur trudged away. But moments later, the caveman gasped back to life. Dazed, he looked around and realized the dinosaur had saved him. When he turned his head, there it was, staring at him in quiet amazement. It had even retrieved his lost weapon. Clutching his spear, his most prized possession, the caveman felt the last of his resentment melt away. Just like that, man and dinosaur made peace.